wide lats, a thick upper back, and an impressive back double bicep shot. These are all things I severely lacked for the first 10 plus years of my lifting career. Even as a competitive bodybuilder, my weak points were always my back poses. And the problem was I never thought of back training much more than pulling a bar or a weight from point A to point B. But once I started understanding the function of the lats, understanding how to emphasize the upper back, target the rear delts, and alter my technique on any movement to improve the outcome of an exercise, my back growth exploded in comparison. And today, I'm going to walk you through a typical pull session. A session that on the surface might look like a traditional back workout, but it's actually one that I've been performing to specifically target the lats, with additional attention to the rear delts. The first movement of this workout is the basic lat pull down with a neutral grip. I'm performing these on the Nautilus pull down machine. This has some unique advantages. The weight pulls you forward at the top rather than just straight up, and it allows you to not only drive those elbows down, but also slightly back at the bottom. I personally love this movement, especially if my goal is to target the lats on a pull down. But if I'm using a different grip, or if I'm looking to target the upper back a bit more, I would actually prefer a traditional pull down. But make no mistake, there's nothing magical here. And if you don't have access to this machine, just grab a neutral grip attachment and focus on driving those elbows straight down if you want to target the lats. The next movement I do is on the same machine, but here we're going with a unilateral pull down. If you notice, I'm also bracing my body with the other arm and slightly twisting the torso towards the side of the arm I'm pulling from. The goal here is to really tuck the elbow and the lats down and drive that elbow down to the side of the body. This movement is all about the squeeze, opposed to the first exercise, which placed a lot more tension on the stretch position. Remember this one lifting cue when training the lats. Lat training is all about elbow path. On a pull down, you want those elbows out in front of the body and you want to drive them straight down. If the elbow goes out towards the side, that's more upper back. Understanding this, you can alter your technique on any piece of equipment to get more lat specific training or to get more upper back emphasis. The next movement here is the chest supported row. If you followed my content for some time, then you know I'm a huge fan of free weights over machines. But once you understand what I'm doing with my technique here, you'll quickly see why the chest supported row makes most sense here. Traditionally, a horizontal pull or a row is more of a back thickness exercise that targets the middle and the upper back. But again, lats are all about elbow path. Rather than having the elbows flared out on a row, we're now going to tuck them into our sides. On this machine, I'm also going to turn my torso almost to a 45-degree angle so that when the arm is fully extended, the arm is going across the body rather than just out in front. What this does is it allows me to fully stretch the lat and then drive the elbow straight back into my back pocket. If you do this correctly, you're going to feel a huge contraction on the lats as the hands reach your torso. So much so that you might even feel a slight cramp. That's how you know you're doing this correctly. After just those 2 machines and 3 exercises total, the lats are extremely pumped. And any other work we do to target them would almost be overkill. The last exercise for the back, that would be my staple bent over barbell row. I usually do these first in training all the time on days where I focus on back thickness. But since it's a back width workout, we're going to place them at the end where the lats are already super pumped and fatigued. Now, they're generally a weak point in the link and a limiting factor of the lift. I won't load as heavy weight here, as strength will already have taken a hit, but I will focus on tucking those elbows in close to the sides of the body and focus on really driving those elbows back. After that, the back is pretty much finished off, and I'll do some direct work for the traps in the form of shrugs, and then I'll move on to the last movement of the day. This one might look like another exercise for the back, but make no mistake, it's targeting the rear delts here. These are super wide grip rear delt pull downs. On this movement, I'll use the widest grip possible. The goal here is to do the exact opposite of what I did when targeting the lats. And now I'm looking to flare my elbows completely out. I'm looking to keep the torso completely upright, and I want to pull that bar as low as I can go while squeezing my rear delts. If you're doing this correctly, that bar should only be able to come down to about mouth or chin level. After just a few sets of these, those rear delts are going to be so swollen and pumped. If you're having trouble targeting those rear delts and those lats, definitely give these movements and techniques a try and let me know how they work out for you. And if you want the exact training programs that I personally recommend to build muscle using proven old school bodybuilding methods, all my old school mass game programs are down below. And as always, if you want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.